Alright, we're just about at the halfway point of the game, even though we're almost into the last 3 chapters out of 8. That's because the second half is a lot more gameplay focused than the first. Today we'll be finishing off Chapter 4 and seeing some of what I think are the more iconic scenes and locations of the game. This area coming up here, anybody who's played the game before should remember, it's a room full of giant laser beams. You die instantly if you touch any of them, but so do the Seekers. That's why you want to equip Surge in this area, just so you can push them around. Really, I don't understand the use of a giant room like that full of laser beams, but it's pretty cool, so I'll let it go. It's sort of a mini rush of Seekers here. Take a little bit to get through them. I have to admit, this shows just how overpowered the Seeker Fury and Talmage are. It's like you hardly have to do anything, and in the end they are pretty much the cheapest weapons you can use in this game. Alright, and a Norm is right through these doors over here to the second hangar, so let's go in and give him some support.
Very bad situation. Get over there!
And we take immediate and unavoidable fall damage. This section is actually one of my favorite in the game, and it's one of the more solidly made, actually. Despite all the debris and everything, it's very hard to get locked in this area or messed up in some way. That Seeker killed himself somehow on that flame. Yeah, I don't think that turned out how they wanted. There are a lot of scripted events in this area where if you step on a certain platform it will fall out from underneath you. And I actually think it's a pretty cool touch. You'll see it a few times as I go down. A lot of things like that are pretty easy to miss, largely because the developers don't exactly throw them in your face. They're pretty subtle about it. You either have to be looking in the right direction, in the right location, or taking the right path, as is the case here. I have played through these sections I don't know how many times, and I still occasionally find something new I never knew existed before. So I think this game has a lot of depth that people don't give it much appreciation for. We just learned about the most useless move in the entire game. I'll have to shut off later though, because we've got a cutscene.
Hey, it's Gideon!
Hurry, little brother, it's getting damp in here.
They are lost. There is nothing we can do. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain. My son, my son.
This is not easy, Exalted One, and I fear we are not through with such tragedies until our goal is met. But our fiery entry into Aurelia's skies did not go unnoticed, and this beach will soon be crawling with seekers. We must put aside our grief for the moment, and focus on survival.
Can we not give them a moment, Anorum? They have lost so much.
I can only dare to imagine their pain, Wise One. But my duty is to preserve their lives. We must get off this beach and out of sight before their scouts arrive.
I know I'm not the only one who suffered loss today. So we need to get away from the crash site, away and into cover. Anorum, where can we go until we figure out what to do next?
The city of Arnis lies on the other side of this canyon, Exalted One. There we will find protection and brave allies.
I'm sick of people dying for me.
screw Ethan, we just got a new psychic power. Negate is a movable shield which you can also set down as cover, and as we level it, we'll be able to set down more shields. It automatically damages any enemy close enough for a pretty puny amount, but it also knocks them down. And they also throw you into this area with no weaponry besides Negate, so thanks for that. It also damages allies, but that doesn't matter because your allies have infinite hit points. Negate is a little buggy sometimes. I've had it crash my game multiple times. I'm not exactly sure why it does that, but it does. I say that too much when it comes to this game. Up here we'll encounter a new vehicle we can drive, the Seeker Tank. When it comes to raw power, there is pretty much nothing better than the Seeker Tank. Its lasers take down just about everything in one shot except other Seeker Tanks. You have to excuse me if I'm playing a little defensively, but these other Seeker Tanks, they will destroy you really fast if you let them get a few clean shots in. The Seeker Tank also has the ability to hover. If you hold the left click, you will float into the air a little bit, and it is seriously one of the more game-breaking features of any vehicle or of anything in the game. There is not one section I've encountered of the game yet where you cannot not break it with a Seeker Tank. I'm gonna let it go for now because we need to level up our weapons more. I personally find this one of the more visually interesting levels. It's like a nice transition from the dank corridors of the Seeker Destroyer to this. A wide open environment that's green and lush and tropical. I really think they did a good job in designing this one. There are some mistakes though. Oh come on, I saw him spawn in. Something I should mention that I haven't really talked about is that Gideon levels up Seeker weaponry a lot slower than human weaponry. If you recall the earlier videos, we were getting like 5 levels of video pretty much on the human weaponry, but with Seeker weaponry I guess he's supposed to be more unfamiliar with how to use them, and so it takes a lot longer to level them up. But that's a good thing because the second half of the game is a lot longer, and so we have plenty of time to level all the weapons up. The only way you can have your negate shields destroyed is if you jump on top of them. They actually dissipate if you do that, I guess because they figured out you could break the game pretty bad by jumping on top of them. But I'm actually going to grind negate a little bit off camera here, just so we can get the... Hey, go. Yeah, gonna grind a little bit off camera so we can get its alt fire pretty soon. So I'll be right back. As you can see, here's level 2. We can place 2 shields down now. Oh, and we leveled up melee too. Huh. Fatalities are obviously insta-kills. I'll show those off in a bit. Gonna grind a little bit more though. And that should do it. We're pretty close to level 3. I just want to have it for the next update to show it off. And there's Arnis. we're actually very close to the capital city of Aurelia. Now we have a somewhat difficult section if you're playing this for the first time. We had to face down 4 Seeker dropships and we have no rockets or anything. This is where Surge's secret power comes into play. Where the hell? It can deflect rockets back at the Seeker dropships if you press it at the right time. It goes back and hits them automatically. I swear that Seeker dropship is in the ground or something. I don't know how it's hitting me. It's not above me and it didn't spawn in the right place, so it has to be underground or something. This section can get pretty hairy pretty fast just because they fire so many rockets that you can't keep your psychic charge up enough to take them all down. And so you take a lot of fire and you have to keep moving or you're going to get taken down. You can also use the calls weaponry. It's alt fire on these guys. It'd be pretty effective. But getting some fire from Arnis now, it looks like all the dropships have left, so that's going to be in the end of this update. I'll see you guys next time when we arrive in Arnis. See you then.